Tashan's life was stolen from him when he was approached by two strangers and tragically stabbed to death at Hillingdon Station. This is the story of his murder trial. My name is Leon. Tashan Daniel was my best friend. We kind of became friends ever since we were born. Literally every birthday, every Christmas spent together. Tashan was like a brother to me. And this is his sister Oceana. Nobody looked up to him as much as she did.
I haven't been to the station since, and I don't think I ever will. Even driving past it kind of gives me chills. I kind of think about what happened on that day, kind of gets flashbacks. Tashan was my big brother, but I always saw him as a best friend. He was very inspirational to me. I kind of just miss everything about him, really.
He would bring everyone up around him, and he was just such a positive role model.
He was a really good athlete. I think everyone at the track looked up to him. I think his goal was to make it to the Olympics, and I knew he definitely was going to get there.
Today we're going to the Old Bailey for the first day of Tashan's case. I'm going 30 minutes out of my way to West Ruislip Station as I don't feel ready to use Hillingdon Station. What I've been told is that first they're going to pick the jury. The trial was meant to be at the start of April for 3 weeks, but due to coronavirus it got delayed. It's been a long time coming, but I think we're all ready to do this. I'm going to try my best to be here every day. I just want to make sure that Tashan gets justice.
Witness services said only 4 people of their side are allowed in, which means not even us, so none of us are allowed in.
Due to social distancing rules, the court can't fit us in. It just feels like a massive kick when we're down, honestly, and just makes me even more upset than I already am. So we have to go back home, miss the first day of the trial, and hopefully we'll be let in tomorrow.
Hi guys, so it's day 2 of the court trial, and so far the jury has been picked and vetted, and today is the first proper day of the prosecution.
I have to sit in the same room as the two defendants, Alex Lanning and Jonathan Camille. They are both charged with Tashan's murder. Lanning has already admitted he stabbed Tashan and has pled guilty to manslaughter, but he denies it was murder. Camille was also involved in the fight, but denies both murder and manslaughter. Over the next few days, we'll find out the facts about how the killing unfolded. The court watches the CCTV, hears from the police, and we have to relive the events of that day. I've been nervous and anxious about this because some of this video is very, very upsetting. Tashan and his friend were going to the Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest game.
They obviously approached the station and went down to the eastbound platform. And it's during that time that Alex Lanning came onto the westbound platform.
He caught eyes with Tashan and his friend, and for some reason, I don't think we'll ever know why, he decided to shout across the chat, "What are you looking at?" to Tashan and his friend.
Alex Lanning appeared almost instantaneously to start gesturing towards the two males, Tashan and his friend. And after this brief exchange, he runs up the stairs, where he's joined by his co-defendant, Jonathan Camille.
Rushed along the other side of the track, made their way down the stairs and got right up into the faces of Tashan and his friend.
And then a scuffle breaks out, with Tashan trying to break up the fight. The fight then splits up, with his friend engaging with Jonathan Camille, and unfortunately Tashan engaging with Alex Lanning. Alex Lanning was in possession of an Aviator 1 assault knife. That knife becomes free.
Tashan was trying to get away and defending himself.
And during a close encounter with Tashan, he plunges the knife into Tashan's chest.
That knife is something you see in nightmares, something you've seen in horror movies, and you don't carry around something like that to not do harm.
What human being will walk the street with something like that? My child is not an animal. I will never, ever, ever forget the guy, the heartless soul who took my son away from us, and his friend. Never.
Alex Lanning says he got the knife from the set of the Fast and Furious 9 movie where he had been working.
We spoke to the production crew and they denied ever having that type of weapon on set.
That is when they both fall to the ground. The other defendant gets up, Tashan gets up. I think in a state of adrenaline and not realise what's happened to him, stumbles over to the train carriage and collapses into the train. with a pool of blood following behind him.
They run away from the station.
Tashan's parents were called and quickly arrived at the station.
And then I could see as I was running down the stairs that he was lying there, being worked on the platform.
I collapsed, but I asked him, I begged him, could I please hold his hand? Could I please hold his hand?
The air ambulance told me they've done everything they can and his heart hasn't stopped working, I think, for 20 minutes.
It just goes to show that we were all right in the fact that this fight could have just stopped. I'm fuming right now, and yeah, I'm kind of speechless in a way as well. It's the end of another grueling day, but nothing can prepare us for what we're about to find out. Lanning and Camille both made very scripted apologies. You've apologised. Does that bring Tashan back? Does that take away the sleepless nights? Does that take away the tears? No.
I will never forgive Lanning and Camille for what they did. They ran away, leaving him to die on that platform.
I've heard a lot of people saying that Tashan was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They weren't.
They were actually in the right place at the right time, doing what they wanted to do, enjoying their life, going about things the right way.
I will never forgive him for taking that horrific knife and murdering my baby until the day I die.
This isn't the first time Alex has carried a knife. The jury were told that he has been convicted before for stabbing someone. We have since found out Alex was still on licence when he stabbed Tashan.
We were shocked and horrified. Obviously never rehabilitated at all, never learnt his lesson.
So now, all we can do is wait for the verdict.
It was the worst thing, like, it was so hard. My heart was beating so fast, and then when they kind of announced it, like, it felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulder.
Alex Lanning has been convicted of murder, and Jonathan Camille has been convicted of manslaughter. I am feeling overwhelmed. A lot of emotions kind of erupted to the surface when we all found out. Tears, I was shaking.
I felt that justice had been served for Tashan, and yeah, I'm just glad with the result.
In a way, we'll never be able to move forward. It will not bring Tashan back, but how we move on after this is Tashan's legacy.
So in this charm here, Tashan's ashes are kept. I wear this bracelet every single day, and yeah, I kind of just feel close to Tashan when I wear it.
When I need some of his advice, I regularly picture what he would say.
So Tashan said this to his friend when he was going through a difficult time, and it's something that I always look up to. Just know if you don't get the results you want, everything happens for a reason. Everything will work out in the end. If things go back, it's how you come back from that. Minor setbacks, major comebacks, G, come on.
It still doesn't seem real, because even watching the footage, it seems like sometimes you're like, Tashan, just go home, just go home, don't go to the station, just stay back for literally 2 minutes, and none of it would have happened.
If you got on that train and you went to the Arsenal match, then, you know, we'd still be here.
It was such a senseless act. He had such a bright future ahead of him. He would have broken records, he would have gone to the Olympics, and I just miss his positivity. Like, he would bring everyone up around him, and he was just such a positive role model. And we really, really want the renaming of the stadium in Hillingdon, where Tashan used to train, to be renamed to the Tashan Daniel Stadium.
And just work out how we're going to solve this, because something has to be done. If I can take something from what's happened to Tashan, I just want something where no one has to go through this again.